Texas, come see the shining sea. Detroit down to Houston, and when you're to LA, there's a pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget the women who died and gave that right to me. Stand up next to you and defend us till the day. There ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free, and I won't forget till today. There ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. Thank you all very much. Come and stay where you are. Eat some great food too. Thank you very much.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Now, last time we made such a trip, my youngest daughter, she began to act out. You know, the way they do. And I was going to try and crush it at the lowest level. Bend down, have a conversation with her. Now, before I get too far into that, I'll tell you, military members, depending on when they serve, they have their own world problems to think about, their own war. Mine happened to be the war on terrorism. Now, with that came some common misconceptions. People believe that Middle Easterners raise their kids to be terrorists. That's not true. All kids are terrorists. Just in America, we like to train it out of them. Now let me get back to my conversation with my child. I got down about eye level. She began to make demands. Well, I don't negotiate with terrorists. So I scoop her little butt up. I'm going to take her out to the car. That's the known consequence. Now she doesn't want this, so she's fighting me a little bit. So like any good dad would, I threw her over my shoulder and I quick in my pace. Then she began to really fight. Arms this way, legs that way, really giving me problems. And I'm okay with this. But then my daughter, she did the unthinkable. In public, she cried for help. She was all, help me, help me, help me, help me. Think about this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a middle-aged man. You're a small community. You don't know me. I'm running here running for the door with a small child draped over my shoulder, kicking and inflating and fighting for his life. Talking about, help, help me, help me. Man, in Texas, I'd have been shot. I couldn't get out that door quick enough. I darn near sprinted across the parking lot, got to the car, I opened the car door, I went to put her in. She didn't want to go in. She's holding on to the door frame with all 4 limbs like this. And I'm pushing on her torso until the limbs just give out. Get into the car seat, turn down like a darn hostage. I stand up, look around, hundreds of spectators. Somebody call them witnesses. But you know, not a single one of them challenged me. You know why? Because they know. All kids are terrorists, not to be negotiated with. Oh man, the parents in the room, you guys laugh and smile like that's true. It's not true. We do negotiate with our kids. In fact, we give them their own rules to play by. For instance, if a child was to throw out its arms, run into a room and go, pop, 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 look up and declare, I'm a helicopter. You know what you tell that kid? Yeah, you are. You can be anything you want to be. But Lord forbid, I, as a grown man, should throw out my arms, run into a room and go, pop, 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 look up and declare, I'm a helicopter. People say mean things. Like, get away from me. Or, we should see other people. Oh man. The truth on this mic, guys, it hurts a lot. But the real truth is that we will do almost anything for our kids. Here's an example. My youngest daughter, you remember the terrorist I was just talking about? She recently turned 6 years old. And when in Texas, you do as Texans do. You buy a freaking pinata. So I did. From the only decent place in town to get one, the supermercado. Now, having grown up in the Midwest, I thought these things would be shaped like donkeys or pigs or stars and be festive colored, you know, like they are in the cartoons. It's not how it is, though. No, I walked in, and hanging from the rafters, they had Ninja Turtles, Transformers, Power Rangers, Powerpuff Girls, and even Disney princesses. Turns out they create these things based off characters our children have grown to love. Clearly, they're not on the same page as their European brothers. They also have papier-mâché characters. They call them effigies. They break them, they stop, they burn them. You see, they create theirs based off characters they hate. Armed with this knowledge, I cruised to the register, knowing I was not buying a piñata. Nah, I was buying an effigy. You see, I was buying Elsa. Oh, I hate Elsa. Love my daughter, though. So I bought the darn thing, took it home, raised it up. She reared back, hit it with everything she had. She said, ah! It didn't break. I gave her another shot. Ah! It's okay, hardened veterans. You can laugh, smile, smirk, giggle, or even laugh because you know that that's the sound the 6-year-old little girl makes when they hit a pinata. Not my son, though. No, 15 years old, he brought the heat. He brought the hate. It was all, boom, boom, boom. I guess I was getting into it because I was all, hit her again, son. Hit her again, son. I could feel all the parents' eyes shift towards me. I realized I was conveying a horrible message. So I started backpedaling as quickly as I could. I was all, let it go, son. Let it go, son. Let it go. God, I hate that movie. Most dads do. But I realized that last piece made me seem a little bit like a psychopath. So let's get the attention off me, let's put it on you. We're going to do a status check. We're going to do single versus married. If you're single, show me where you're at. Get loud. Crickets. And this place is about to blow up. If you get married and you love the person you're with, make some noise! Man, I was watching like 4 tables and didn't say nothing. It's alright, lots of people don't say. Like players, swingers, and such. I'll say though, I am married, going on 11 years. Happily so. But you know, in that time I learned a thing or two. For instance, did you know that married people have different nicknames than single people? You see, I'm not sweetie, I'm not honey, I'm not baby, I'm not babe. Now my wife, she calls me somebody. It's nice. Of course, she never says it directly to me. She'll walk into an empty room and declare, somebody should mow the lawn. Somebody should do the dishes. Maybe somebody should go change that baby's diaper. It's alright. I do it all. I like to say it's because I love her, but it might be partly because I'm afraid. She loves me though, and I love her back, at least more times than not. There are those times when she's driving, that's a hard night. See, anytime she's behind the wheel, it's like she's angry. It's like she has constant road rage. You guys get road rage? Oh, you can admit it. We all do. But I recently learned something about myself. I'm pretty tolerant of other drivers. What gets under my skin, what gives me road rage, are the other people in my own car. They make me say things like, don't make me come back there, or I will turn this car around. Of course, my go-to at the moment is, I'll wreck this car right now and end it all. They don't let me drive the church van anymore. Oh, the truth here, guys. No, the truth is, I really, I'll say I love my wife. I love her so much. But you know, spouses, they can be pretty demanding. For instance, a while back, my wife asked me if I would care to learn a second language with her. I told her, heck no, it sounded like a lot of work. 3 days later, she asked me again, and I knew it was going to be a thing. So I told her, yeah. Would you believe that she let me pick the language? So I chose something that would be completely viable to me here in Texas. I chose Italian. Okay, so not very useful at all. But I worked at it real hard for about a week. It was as tough as I thought it would be, so I quit. But before I did, I took a test. A test that told me I was actually 1.9% fluent in Italian. I'd say that qualifies me to teach you a thing or two, to give you some words. You guys ready to learn some Italian? Oh, yeah, you are. Here we go. Figaro, 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 Figaro. I'm not sure who or what that guy was singing about, but all I can believe it's that cat from Pinocchio. But I digress. I didn't come to talk about that. I came to give you some words. Let's start with ciao. I don't mean the dog you grew up with or the food that you ordered. I mean C-I-A-O. You see, in Italy, it means both hello and goodbye. Try that in America. Walk up to somebody, let them say hi to you. Look back at them and say, goodbye. Straight jerk move, not cool, you'll not be friends. However, in Italy, you can walk up to somebody and say, ciao. They'll look back at you and say, ciao. Now, he can be the nicest guy in the world or a straight up jerk. You don't know the difference. Kind of cool, kind of messed up at the same time. Let's move on to another word. Prego. Yeah, I just rolled the R trying to sound sexy as all get out. I know it didn't work, ladies. But that's not how I normally say it. I normally say it like this, prego. And half the room believe I'm talking about a pregnant woman. The other half might believe I'm talking about that pasta sauce you find over in aisle 12. But believe it or not, it does not mean pasta sauce and it does not mean pregnant woman. What it means is you're welcome. Now with that in mind, let's think back to that pasta sauce for a second. How it just sits there, knowing it's so darn good, it gives you a preemptive, you're welcome, right across the label. Prego. Prego indeed. Seems kind of arrogant if you ask me. But you know, I like that kind of swagger. So much so that let it inspire my first tattoo, right across my chest. Prego. That way when I'm frolicking on the beach, walking very manly with my shirt off, anybody that sets eyes on me will know that my body welcomes their gaze. That wasn't supposed to be funny. Oh man. But I will tell you, after 1 week working so hard in the Italian language, I really learned a lot. For instance, I just want to say that it is a seductive, cool language. But upon further review, most languages sound pretty amazing when you compare them to English. Some people aren't ready to hear that, so I'm going to offer you something to compare it to. Here's something a comedian should never do. I'm going to reach 28 years into the past to reference an animated feature. To pull a song into the present, put it on this microphone and sing this to you in English. See if you've ever heard this before. Here comes a lion, father. Yes, it's a lion. Ever heard that? Of course not, because it's lame. Let's back it up and play it in Zulu. Majestic. English can't touch that. But if you need more proof, let's look to our youth. They try and spice up the English language all the time. They take our words and turn them into acronyms. Or they'll take a word truncated in some way. Or they'll take a word that used to mean this and make it now mean this. And I pick up on it, and I go home and I practice on my daughter. I tell her, your eyebrows are on fleek. That means they look good. You guys are going to learn a lot today. Your eyebrows are on fleek, that means they look good. Then she hits me with a, she thinks I'm OD because she thinks I'm overdoing it. I should change my drip. Which means stop, Dad. Then she hits me with another word, cringe. Because that's what I am, and I get it. But I don't care how she feels, because I think that she is lit. And lit is my favorite of the words that the young people use. You see, I'm old. Old enough to have seen its entire evolution. When I was a kid, it was legitimate. And then it was legit. And then it was too legit to quit. Now the kids say lit. For half a second, they test drove of the word litty. Nobody liked that, so they went back to lit. And I'm glad they did. You see, compared to litty, I think that lit sounds pretty darn legit. I'd even say it's too legit to quit. Sounds legitimate to me. Working here, guys. Words. Oh, man. Another group of people who do not like the English language would be wine connoisseurs. We got wine drinkers in this house? All right. For you, 12 people. This is going to be awesome. Everybody else is going to get educated. All right. Now, they say some very cool, seductive words there, too. They say things like, well, the first demeanor, Sauvignon Blanc, Pinot Grigio, Sangria. All very cool words. None of them English. But they do have a word that they reserve for us English speakers. It's oaky. And if you don't know what that is, an oaky is a wine that's aged in an oak barrel. Now, a fine oaky is a wine I'd care to taste. An okie dokie okie is a wine I could buy by the case. A person who lives in Oklahoma is also known as an okie. And I tell you that because I want you to know that I could have an okie dokie okie with an okie dokie okie to be okie dokie by me. Like still here, guys. Oh, man. I've always been a true fan of words, just in general, from a small child on up. And I latched on to the hardest, most complicated ones I could find. And as a child, there's one that we all get. And I look around here and I feel like everybody in this room is going to know this word once I start. So I'm going to start it, and I want like a wave of reaction. I want you guys to finish with me. You guys ready? Here we go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. That's a fun word. Goosebumps and whatnot. All right, let's do it one more time. Young lady in the back just stepped in the door. You got to do this with me. You ready? Hey, yeah, I'm looking at you. Don't look back. Here we go. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I don't even have a joke that goes with that. I just wanted you to feel that joy in your heart. Oh, guys, I'm gonna mess with you a little bit just because I think it's time for you guys to show off for me. There's representatives from everybody. I even saw a coastie. I never see a coastie. I thought that was mythological. Look at all generations. I can't wait till they represent. All right. So everybody has a little bit of a war cry of their own, or that's hoorah, 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 some variation. None of them agreed on it. So if now, you guys look at me like we ain't playing this game. The young troops get crazy and blow the roof off. So don't let them win, all right? Don't let them win. You guys have the spirit. You guys are a family. Sound off. Show off who you are. I'm going to do this. Well, I'm partial to this one. I spent 20 years in the Air Force, so let's start with those guys. Air Force. Yeah. We'll get there, Navy. Oh, man. I usually say Air Force. They're like, where's the Wi-Fi? Why is the Wi-Fi down? All right, let's do let's do Navy. Navy, get loud. What do you got? What's your noise? All right, this guy, he's a hardened guy, man. He's just like, I'm like Marines. He's like Navy. I'm like, all right, got it, Navy. Get on down, killer. All right. There's devil dogs. Marines, come on, hook me up. Oh, there's the sound that I expected. I don't even. It's like, what does the fox say? I don't even know what a coastie says. Hey, Coast Guard, what you got? Did you say boo? Did you boo me? We could have been cool, Coastie. All right, here's one. This is about to get real quiet. Hey, Space Force, sound off. Oh, they haven't learned to talk yet. Oh, reserve, guard. I know you're here. Reserve, guard. Holler. No? All right, fine. All right, no, Air Force, Marine, Navy, Coast Guard, Space Force, whatever. Guys, you guys are all here together. This is a fun brotherhood to be a part of. I would say sound off together, but you guys are tired of this. Get loud. What, did I forget somebody? I know I did, because they will always let you know. Look, they are like, nah, brother, you will let us sound off. Be heard, Army! Holy smokes. Now, all at once, everybody at once. Just get as loud as you can, because I want this roof to blow off. I want you to make sure that everybody knows that the vets are here. Correction, veterans. Here we go. Veterans on 3. 1, 2, 3. Guys, I am Chris Crawford. Thank you so much. This is amazing.